Hey you guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching Toya JTV. Today I want to go over 5 reasons or 5 things that cause your hair to be dry. That is really the number one complaint I get, especially when I have a new client. I like to ask them what exactly is wrong with their hair, or not necessarily what's wrong with their hair, but what problems are you having with your hair? What do you not like about your hair? And that will be the number one answer, is that it's so dry. It's so dry. It's always dry. No matter what I do to my hair, it's dry. All right. So today I want to give you 5 things that cause your hair to be dry. The number one, well, reason number one is too much heat. Okay. Anytime you're applying a lot of heat to your hair, that's going to cause it to dry out, because what heat does is it raises the cuticle of your hair. So anytime the cuticle is raised, any moisture that's inside the hair just basically slips out. Think of it like shingles on a roof. Okay, almost like this. Okay, you see how this is overlapping? These are overlapping. Well, when they're raised up, that allows, pretend this is a shaft of hair, my nice little drape right here. Okay, so if that's a strand of hair and normally they're down, okay, they're overlapping and they're down. The cuticles are. All right, so when your hair gets a lot of heat, it raises the cuticle, and when you do not close that cuticle back, all of your moisture that's inside the hair is basically just seeps out. So your hair always seems dry, and you'll notice that it seems frizzy because that cuticle is raised. All right, so you don't want to apply too much heat, because applying too much heat will also lead to damage and breakage, but it will definitely cause your hair to dry out. My number two point is permanent hair color. Again, when you get a permanent hair color, that also raises the cuticle of the hair, because you're using heat to actually get the hair color inside the hair and penetrate that cortex to actually change the color of the hair. So if you're getting too much color, and you're not, especially if you're not putting anything on top of that to moisturize your hair, then you're going to always see that those parts of your hair that's color is craving moisture. All right, and when it doesn't get that moisture, it becomes very dry and brittle. All right, so permanent hair color can cause your hair to dry out. You want to always make sure you're doing deep conditioning treatments, and when you're doing putting conditioner on your hair when it's colored, you want to bring it from the root all the way to the tip and let it sit for a few minutes so that that conditioner can work its magic. All right. Number 3 is too much protein. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I need a protein treatment. My hair is breaking, it's damaged. Let me get a protein treatment. All right, so protein treatments are fantastic when they are used correctly. But if you keep doing them because you're thinking that you're strengthening your hair, what's going to happen is the reverse effect. Your hair is going to get too strong to a point where it becomes very brittle. And when it becomes brittle, then it's going to break easier. So you want to have an equal amount of protein and moisture. You don't want to only do protein treatments to your hair. You want to also do moisturizing treatments, because that's going to give you an equal balance, and that's where you have healthy hair. All right, so too much protein will cause your hair to dry out, become brittle, and break. Number 4 is overexposure to the sun. I know, especially in the summertime, a lot of you moms are out with your kids that are in sports, or you're at the beach, or you're just out. We can't just be in the house all the time, so especially when it's very pretty outside. But overexposure to the sun will dry your hair out. It will also, you'll notice, if you have hair color, overexposure to the sun can also lighten your hair. All right, I've seen that happen several times. So what you want to do is, if you know you're going to be out in the sun a lot, what you need to do is put a leave-in conditioner on your hair. That way it gives your hair an extra layer of protection, and it gives your hair an extra layer of moisture, so that that sun is not drying your hair out. You can also wear a hat. That's why a lot of times in the summer I wear wigs, and people always ask me, why you wear wigs in the summertime? Isn't that like burning your head up? Well, no. Number 1, I don't sweat in my head. Number 2, even if I did, the wig is not making my head hot. because a lot of times, most of the time in the summertime, I'm not wearing like 22-inch hair. In the summertime, I'm wearing a lot of my bobs and my shorter styles, and they're very lightweight, but they protect my hair. I'd rather for the sun to burn up that weave than to burn up my real hair. So, you know, you want to protect your hair from overexposure to the sun, and that's why a lot of times people do braids and stuff in the summertime too, because all of those protective styles, they will help you, especially when you know you're going to be outside a lot in the summertime. And number 5 is not drinking enough water. When you don't drink enough water, not only your hair, but your skin is also affected. It dries it out. That's why you'll notice that, especially if you barely drink any water, if you scratch yourself right with your fingernail, you'll see how ashy you are. Like if you're itching and you scratch it and you look down, you'll notice just how white it looks, because your skin and all of your body needs water. It's moisturized internally. So even if you just put a ton of lotion on, that's just on the outside. You want to also nourish your hair from the inside, and that's where the water comes in. All right, so those are 5 things that cause your hair to be dry, especially if you have a relaxer. Okay, so those are the things that will cause your hair to be dry. You want to be sure to avoid doing all of those things on this list, okay? All right, and I hope that helped you all in your healthy hair journey, and I will see you all next time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching Toya J TV. Bye bye.